and I've made a kind of what is it, voxel sniper in vanilla. So if I shoot my bow, then there will hopefully arrive a chunk of wood. Oh, my chunk of wood is a bit far away, but here is a closer one, and as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can tell you it's also 7 deep. But this is creating a box, and it isn't only this size the oak logs. So if I get 2 oak logs here, and it makes a bit smaller boxes, and if I change it to glowstone, I get a cube of glowstone, and as this is 1, I will get a fairly small bit of glowstone. All sides are 7 blocks at most, so wait, you have 7 here. Then you get this size, and it's 15 blocks wide, long and tall, and what is it doing? Yes, it has generated the cube. It takes a little while to render, and while recording, my computer isn't that fast, so yeah. I have all different sizes, so 7 blocks, 6 blocks, 5 blocks, 4 blocks, 3 blocks, yes, 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 1 block, so 1 block is a 3 times 3 times 3 square cube, I mean, but it's always the size you have in this slot, and then the double of that. So this one was 3, so it's gone 3 this way and 3 that way from the middle points, if you see what I mean. It uses this kind of comments here. I'll quickly show it. It's executing at the arrow -5, -5, -5, +5, +5, +5, and then in this case it sets it to stained hardened clay, and it can have it now handles all of these blocks, so this row with the glowstone, and I have the arrow because if I select the arrow, it's turned off, and if I get a spider, I think yes, I can shoot the spider, and if I miss him, there won't be set a block around him, because it's not that great. If you ask me, that you can't fight mobs with arrows anymore, and the arrows do get cleared because this machine clears the arrows, or it won't work. But if you use this, you should be in creative and you should be fine. Well, and I have, so you select things by putting it in this field in the inventories. Right, I've also added the floor material, because in the other testing world where I was testing it out, it became really messy. I had this all filled, and I had to replace it with some ease. And if you select this, you get some cubes, and you can get all of these different kinds of cubes and different sizes, and yeah. And if I don't select anything, you get air, and that's why I've added that arrow to shoot it off, because if you now would shoot an animal, and you miss it, oh, well, so thought it would be a 1-hit kill. Let's see. No, slime. Yeah. Oh, a small slime. Oh, this only spawns smalls. Yeah. Skeleton. Skeleton. Oh, you're burning, but I can shoot you, and if I miss you, you will fall in a big hole in the floor. Yay! But if I summon, for example, cow, and I those three selected, and I miss my cow, put in a block, then the cow will get killed, suffocated, and yeah, will drop there because I ate all the rice. It will fly out. Well, but you don't want, if you missed your target, that it will directly put a big cube around it. Well, I appear to be pretty good at fighting the mobs. I didn't think I would make that, but yeah, it's just this circuit which I'll explain in a bit. So you have two set clocks here and here. This one isn't actually a clock, it's just to keep powering the command blocks, so it can be powered in any other way. Because if I'll just say I'll first shoot the arrow. I shoot the arrow. It tests for any arrow that is in the ground. So if the arrow hits the ground, it will execute. And I choose arrows not because voxelsniper uses arrows, but because you can easily test if they are in the ground. And if they are in the ground, it will fill this region here with redstone blocks. So now there won't happen anything because there are redstone blocks already. But if I were to, for example, select this block, there will be wool here, so it can get triggered. And as you see, there is wool at the bottom too. So because those redstone blocks trigger those, they can be triggered by any other redstone signal, but only this one isn't activated, which fills, in this case, 3x3, a 3x3 area with leaves 4 they don't despawn. And after that, this all triggered by replacing it with redstone block. So then this is our all redstone block, so it can be triggered a second time. Then this one will will make this complete row unpowered comparators, so they are all off for just about a tick or something. And the one command block of these command blocks which should be powered. Oh wait, I should be powered. I don't know if it's checking itself or because those redstone blocks are constantly triggering these command blocks and re-executing the command, so the comparator triggers again. But if I just power this one, so I've replaced those with redstone blocks, which this will do. Wait, I'll just do it. Whoop. So all of it are redstone blocks. So if I now place this here, you see it fixed off for a real short time. This one over here is powered, you see, and that sets this row back to long wool, because I just typed in let's see, number 5 in the bottom one, just a random number. Well, but this number isn't turned because I've thought it would be nice if this one was light green and that one was dark green. But these comments, this is testing for the inventory slot 8, which is this last slot down here. It tests if there is, in this case, an arrow for the arrow to turn off, which basically is something which doesn't trigger but only makes says like, yeah, I have something selected, but it just doesn't execute anything for being selected. Yes, and in the other ones it tests here for stained hardened clay. I have used it here, so all of these are the different kind of blocks to make it clear for me. And on these blocks you can use for redstone, so I have used quartz and that I did it for the arrows too. What did I do? Oh, doesn't matter. But yeah, so it's more for the triggering part. So it's testing for this one. If this executes, then so one of these will execute, setting and executing at the arrow a fill command which fills a block, and after that it will kill the arrow. One tick delay, so I was sure those two commands were all of the command redstone blocks were placed and things, and also which is the part to set it to air, which can only be small, be the same area of this size, like this, if you see it. The 2 times 2, no, the 2 thing, but it tests if all of these comparators are equal to these. So in this case they are, so this one should give an output, but there isn't a comparator. And this one tests if the current block down here is a value of 1, because for some reason this has comment block has a data value of 1, as you can see down here, right here, and it tests for a success count of 0. So if this is successful, this one is off, and if this isn't successful, this one is on. So this is successful, so this is on. So if I now select a block, those aren't the same anymore, so that one is on and here is nothing on. So this is now on because they are not the same, and that's triggering this current block, so it can be powered if the arrow is founded. So this executes at the arrow. The minimum range is just so this doesn't get set to air, which is quite inconvenient if it will happen, but it sets the region around the arrow to air if it finds the arrow. And yeah, that's the triggering part. And yeah, so these are testing for if there is a block there. So this one is for the wooden planks or planks and this one is wool, and if I can read, yes, this one is stone. And I've just, because I didn't want to go with the damage values, I didn't add any damage values, but you can, because you then add here the damage 3, I thought it was, then it will activate if you have this one. Let's see, because these are converted, because it's tests for 2 down, which is here. Right. this one, no, this one. Damage 3. It should be activated, but well, I think I made a little typo, but yeah, that should be able. You should be able to go with something like that. And so yeah, now this one is off because it's negative of the order. But so those are all. Oops. These are only here to be able to test if those two rows are equal. So if it finds an item, it will fill this row. So this row, in this case, with wool. So if it finds dirt, it will get the wool here, and if it finds, in this case, the stained glass, it will get this one, and if it finds logs, this one, and so on. And if it doesn't find the block, so you deselect the block. So if it's selected, it triggers that one, and this one gets empowered, and if you unselect it, it triggers this one, which basically fills its region back with redstone blocks. So that is this part, that to determine which block you are picking. And so if I now select, so as you saw, I don't specify which damage value it is, so the green wool makes 5, and because you have a row for all of the different types of blocks, I didn't add all blocks. So if I just add iron ore, for example, it's not finding any of those, so it will. So this one is unpowered, so the air function is set on. And if I have I thought it was over 8, for example 12, it just doesn't do anything because I didn't add the count 12. So, but that brings me directly to the part which counts how many blocks you have. It counts down here with these command blocks. It's exactly the same as on the other side, but then it's some different commands. So it tests if there is a count of, for this one 10, but 10 gives a 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, but no, 11 times 11 times 11, and that gets over the amount of blocks you can do with one fill command. So it gives output. No, you can't do that. So if I now let's see if I can select the fill command, copy, paste. It says too many blocks in the specified area. It's just doesn't work, and so 10 doesn't work. 8 is just a bit too much. 2, but 7 works. So I'll go with. I think in the future I may add some more command blocks. But so if you have 7, well, I'll just go with, for this case, 10, because that's the last one. That's easier. So then this one turns on and this one turns off. So we got to see if I don't select it. So it tests for the count, and this one tests if this one is has a success count of 0, and just like over there, it sets strip to wool or redstone blocks. Pretty easy, I think. As you see, it changes. What you also can do is, if you have, for example, multiple of these, not 64, few 6, then you see it jumping. Maybe, well, I don't know what you will. One of these will activate if you have it. If you manage to swap exactly at the moment, it will get activated. Well, so you may be wondering this part. Well, it's just a lot of fill coins, right? If I just this one fills it to redstone block. If I copy that, and paste it, but change it to air. Then I now can show you what the command blocks are. So it just sets for each of those rows as it has an execute at the arrow, fill with the coordinates to the block. So as you can see, if I just do this, you see it's all stone, and you may be wondering, why are you triggering all of the command blocks which aren't necessary? Well, as long as there isn't the arrow, the command blocks won't do anything. So wait, oh, apparently that one is at last giving this output. I may have never used that one, but this one too. Apparently I have not tested everyone, but it should be working. Oh, wait, why does it even give its output? I've MC edited it here. And I've definitely used one of these. Oh wait, I have just set it all to the damage value of 3 because the test world had another damage value. Ah, I see. This one is used, this one isn't, this one isn't. I thought I used that in the other testing world, but apparently not. Well, if I now shoot this arrow, it's sending it all back, and this one says it failed to fill it as an arrow, and that's, as you saw, because the region is too big. I think in the future I may add spheres. I know exactly how I'm gonna do that. I'm just making command blocks up here with, well, from here, so that it won't get powered if it isn't necessary. Which will set some blocks to they will summon wither skeletons had things, summon wither skulls at the around the arrow, and then I will have another section like this which will execute at the arrow and executes to the wither skulls, yeah. So then it will be a executes at a I equals arrow execute I can type at a type equals wither will within a radius of, let's say 3 blocks. So a 3 blocks sphere. Wait, I have kind of that. Yeah, I need to keep it right. And then set at block for example dirt. Right, I thought at that executes the error. If I execute it, executes the boss. Alright, do it. Well, there aren't any arrows, but if I just yeah, so I'm not sure how you feel about selecting it in this slot, and I'll also am wondering what you think about selecting the sphere. So I was thinking, like, if you set a block in this slot, it will make a square, and if you select something round, like let's see what's round, a snowball or a firework star or a slime ball or ender pearl or whatever is round, fire charges maybe, then you get a round shape. And I was also thinking about setting the size to this, so you now get a what is it called, a sphere of one, and with the previous that I had 7 here, so now you get a 7 sphere or a 6 sphere. Well, or I can go do something using slash del roll, that I'll do something like that. You have uh, something like this. So if you click sphere, you get a sphere. If you click cube, you get a cube. And then I can also add a cancel function, which might be useful. But I really want some feedback on what you think about this input selection, because I think it's useful, but I thought maybe you have other opinion. Well, yeah, I think that's all for me now. Well, yeah, I don't need to tell you I came on this idea when Dragnos said that he needed a map, and I thought those maps are too amazing I've seen so far. I can't compare with that, and then I thought, well, let's make some contraction to make messy map. I don't know how he called it, but he suggested something like I don't know how it's called, but some messy thing. So you have a lot of in my idea is stained clay, so it looks a bit like a Mesa biome, but then it's not a Mesa, but it's just all about the same level. But it was for the vanilla snow map, and I know he's already select it. Choosing the maps, but it took a little longer as expected to make this work. Well, actually, I had this system for I think about a few weeks, but I was actually waiting for the this 78 17.8, but I thought it will be coming something sooner for the new house new values here. So you have these things here, but I have decided I don't gonna use that now. That's kind of topic, and I feel like I've been talking a bit too much. Well, see you later, I think, because as I said, I am gonna be working some more on this contraction. Bye! Oh, right. Please subscribe to be updated about to keep being updated about this contraction, or you can follow me on Twitter at Legora29. The exact same name is my Minecraft account and my YouTube account, and a lot of other accounts that are Minecraft related. Well, yeah, see you later. Bye.